Do I have to do shadow work to manifest, yes or no? Well, I know some coaches say yes, others say no. I tell you, it's not that easy. It really depends. Generally, do you have to do shadow work in order to manifest anything? No, because we manifest all the time, always. There's nothing we don't manifest subconsciously all the time. But when it comes to conscious manifestation, there's some things that we don't need to do any shadow work at all. I always say, imagine like the scales, and you have the yes and the no side, or let's say here's the no side, here's the yes side, and they're like completely free. There is no assumption either on the no or on the yes side. And then you have a desire, you experience something, and just this tiny situation or thought can of course tip the scale, and all of a sudden, yes, manifestation is coming. Did you have to do any shadow work? No. But imagine you have, let's say it's love, and you've had the childhood where maybe you've been neglected or not that happy, or you've had plenty of situations with the other gender or your preferred gender where you've been neglected, ghosted, or not respected, or cheated on, whatever. Then you do have a lot of weight on the no side, right? And then if you just want to do a little bit affirming, that may not tip the scale. And then we do have to do shadow work to get some of the stones, some of the weights from the no side, in order to then tip the scale with our affirmation scripting, whatever it is. Shadow work to me is reprogramming our mind. Shadow work could be Ho'oponopono, because what is Ho'oponopono? You forgive yourself of the programs, the subconscious programs that manifested in an unbeneficial situation, and then you remove those programs in order to manifest what is beneficial for you. Or another example, if you have a lot of negative assumptions, and due to those assumptions, negative experiences when it comes to money, and you have like that, then there is a big no side. A little bit of affirming, scripting, visualizing, again, will not be able to tip the scale, because then you would have to do that for ages, and you would have to watch for a strict mental diet, because if you think negative, you always put more weight on the no side as well, right? So that is not easy to tip the scale. So then we do have to do something, again, revision technique, Ho'oponopono, or the EFT, MET, the tapping techniques, whatever speaks to you, to remove weights from the no side. Basically, you can say any kind of self-concept work in which you reprogram your subconscious mind from negative assumptions, negative beliefs, into positive beliefs. Who are you? Who do you want to be? Are you energetically the person who has been rejected? Or are you now the person who has always been loved, cherished, respected, loved? So with shadow work, we do want to remove those limiting beliefs and override them with positive assumptions, of course, about ourselves, but also the past and other people that we have encountered in the past. So is shadow work necessary? Not in general. Most people, they find it so easy to manifest free coffee or parking spots. That's because they have no negative assumptions when it comes to free coffee or parking spots. But if you just have a little bit of negative assumptions about something, yes, then when you affirm, script, visualize, then, then the yes side is getting heavier and heavier. You tip the scales eventually. Absolutely possible without doing any shadow work. Yes. If you're good with your mental diet. Otherwise, you affirm, you get this heavier, then you think negative, where is it? It's still not here. You affirm, and then you have doubts again, so you can't play that game for forever. But if there is really negative programs, and you can see that when you think about that thing, is it a negative feeling within you, or are you trusting? If you have positive thoughts about what you want to manifest, you most likely won't need to do any shadow work. But if you have negative feelings, assumptions coming up, negative thoughts, when you worry a lot about that issue, about the thing, because it's lacking, it's not there, then we do have to get the weights off here in order to manifest what we desire. I know some people just say, no, you don't have to do any shadow work, just affirm, affirm, affirm. It's not true. Some people who are advanced in manifesting and who have already understood and realized that, wow, I can always choose who I want to be. Like, I can choose to be, now I step into the timeline, I can choose to be the version who has a good self-concept when it comes to love and money. That is possible for people who already manifested a lot and their mind already made the experience the subconscious mind as well, I can manifest. Then for them, they have a strong belief, you know, here, yes side, very strong, I can manifest instantly, very fast. And then when they have an issue here and there's strong no, that belief I can manifest instantly may be stronger, than that can help to tip the scale. But if you don't have that experience yet, if you haven't manifested multiple things, or if you've been wanting to manifest that one specific thing and it just did not work, and you have been on your mental diet, if you haven't, again, we can play that for forever, but you have been on your mental diet and it's still not coming, then yes, shadow work is required. You can check out my revision technique video or my Ho'oponopono meditation videos, and I do see you there. Check out my entire playlist. And of course, revision can also be done with affirmations, and I do have plenty of self-concept subliminals and affirmations like I am the one who is and always has been loved. I am the one who always is and has been respected. You know, the always has been is also some kind of a revision to take stones from the no side or weights from the no side. I always am respected. If you put weights here, always have been, take off here. So you can check out those subliminals or affirmation tracks or write your own. I always am, I always have been is somewhat like a revision as well. I hope it helped, and I wish you all the best now. Bye bye. If you want to book your own custom-made affirmation or subliminal, you will find my contact information in the description box below.